Everyone, we have Jason Bridge here with us from TxDOT. We're talking about what they're doing in and around Amarillo to combat drunk driving. Jason, thank you so much for joining us today.
No problem, Kaylee. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. So tell us a little bit about how TxDOT is combating this issue, especially during the month of March.
Yes, so this is an issue. It's still happening. Then this is why we talk about these issues. Unfortunately, we still have to. We wish we didn't have to, but here we are. So as we all know, spring break is occurring next week for a bunch of our area high schools and school districts like Amarillo ISD, Canyon ISD, and of course West Texas A&M. And we want them to have a good time. We want them to have fun, have a great time, but they need to be smart about it because this is also a really dangerous time on Texas roadways because back in 2025, there were 700 traffic crashes, DUI traffic crashes, DUI alcohol-related traffic crashes in the state of Texas, and that resulted in 36 fatalities. And so it's a sad number because it's something that's entirely preventable, and it's something that's still happening. And out of that number, 13 of those the people that were killed on those roadways were people that were aged 17 to 30 years old.
Oh wow!
So that's the saddest part about that is that there are easy choices this is an easy choice to make. Just don't drink and drive. And it's entirely preventable. This is one of the few things that you can control when you're out on the roadway. We talk about choices a lot. This is one of the things that can be prevented. So if you're gonna go out, have a great time, but also plan ahead, be smart about it, get a sober ride home, however you do it, Uber, Lyft, public transportation, call a sober friend or family member to come pick you up, or if it's allowed, stay at the location that you're at. So spring break approaching, have a great time, be safe, and be smart about it.
Absolutely. And what are of course, you mentioned fatalities are a possible consequence of drinking and driving.
Yeah.
What are some other dangers or consequences that go with that?
Money, but that's a big part of it. If DUIs now can cost you up to $17,000 in court fees and court costs, and that's if it's not going to register, with the possible taking of a life or a possible serious injury to somebody, then they're going to hit you in the pocketbook with it. And I think one of the biggest reasons why the penalty is so severe now is that the amount of choices and the amount of options you have to prevent this from happening. This is, it's still happening. It's still prevalent up here in the Amarillo district, not just across the state of Texas, but right here in the Amarillo district, there's still a number of DUI alcohol-related traffic crashes that result in serious injuries and traffic fatalities. So we want people to be safe, we want them to have fun, but know that there are consequences to actions, good and bad. And we just want them to get home safe. At the end of the day, that's what we want. And law enforcement's going to be out there looking for it. They know it's spring break, and law enforcement is going to be having a watchful eye on it. Our area county sheriff's offices, our police departments, DPS, they're going to be looking for any signs of intoxication while you're out on the roadway. So that way we can really drive that point home of you shouldn't be doing that.
Absolutely. And there's also some responsibility for those who are around people who are drinking, knowing that there's that potential that they might drive. So what should somebody kind of look out for and be like, hey, I think it's best if you call an Uber or Lyft or whatever.
And that goes all back to the preparation, the plan ahead. Make sure you designate a sober driver so that way everyone knows who the sober driver is. But yeah, if it does come to a point where someone tries to get in their car after they've been, you really got to be forceful for them. You take the keys, do whatever you can to keep them on the roadway because they're not just putting themselves in danger, they're putting the hundreds and thousands of people that are out on the roadways in danger as well, because we've heard so many horror stories from families that they don't have kids anymore because of unfortunate decisions that the family member made or that somebody else made. So it doesn't even have to be yourself. It can be an unfortunate decision that somebody else made. And just to try to cover all bases on that, the simple thing is if you do go out, if you do and have a great time, make sure you are not the one that's behind the wheel if you've been drinking and get a sober ride home.
Well, Jason, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Of course, thank you for having me.